Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be discussing different techniques that people use for real estate investing. Let me know which one's your favorite down below in the comments. Investing in single family homes is a great way to expand your portfolio. They offer a consistent income. People who live in single family homes are oftentimes larger families that don't want to move very often. Moving with kids is not easy, let me tell you. And it also offers a lot of tax breaks, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's lower taxes in general because it is a single family home. The downside, however, is the acquisition costs are typically higher because you do, you know, have one family that you can put in there instead of multiple. And if you have vacancies, unfortunately, that property will be making no money. Whereas with other options, you may have different things that help mitigate that issues. So, multifamily investing can cover many different kinds of properties. It can be anywhere from a small duplex to, or a property with a mother in law suite, all the way up to a massive apartment complex. The smaller a duplex, triplex, fourplex is typically where a lot of investors in my area here in Lewiston kind of find it as a sweet spot. The nice thing is you can, if you are looking to get into investing, you can actually move into the property, get yourself an FHA loan, with the 3.5% down typically. And you can live in that property for a year and then move out and rent out both sides. It's a great way to step into it, and start growing your portfolio in that way. Also, while you're living in that house, you can rent out the other side, and that's going to help cover at least part of the mortgage, which is fantastic. You can be stashing away the difference in your rent, for emergencies, another down payment on your next house hack. You can do many different things with it, and it's awesome. Cash flow is also a great thing if you are renting out both sides. A lot, oftentimes, not always, especially these days, but you can rent out both sides, cover your mortgage, cover all expenses that you need to think about, water, sewer, garbage, emergency fund, all that kind of stuff, and still have some inflow or cash flow. Financing is also great, like I already talked about. If especially if you are living in the property, you can get like an FHA loan. If you are not living in the property, instead of having to worry about a commercial loan for like a big apartment complex, you can get just residential financing. The downside is, because you are living in a property that is a income producing property, you do typically have higher income tax, or as well as property tax. And this is where you really want to start thinking about if you're going to self manage or if you are going to be looking into a management company. If you just have, a situation where you are house hacking, it might be easier for you to self manage and meet the people and show them through the house right next door. On the other hand, if you own a large apartment complex, a commercial apartment complex, you may choose to not do that. That definitely sounds like it'd be a little difficult to me. So you might choose to actually like hire a management company, which is going to come. Short-term rentals are a great option for investing as well. When I worked with a coach, this was what I was trying to do. So I have a little bit of insight when it comes to this. I never did it myself. I chose not to use other people's money. To me, that wasn't fair. So I wanted to use my own money and start in a way that made more sense to me. But with short term rentals, you are definitely looking at something that has a very high income potential. You're renting by the night instead of monthly or annually, however you choose to do it. And you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to short term rentals. If you just have a vacation home that's just sitting around and you need a little bit of extra income, you can throw that on the market and see what, you might be able to rent it for. The downside, however, is the operating costs. When you're looking at a short-term rental, you are looking at something where you want to have amenities for people. You want to have all these kind of things. So that's going to affect your operating costs. If you have a hot tub, let's say, that's running constantly, maintenance is also going to be an issue. Maintenance is something where if people only stay for a couple of days, you're going to have to clean that and turn it over before you can rent it out again. So you're going to miss a night or so here and there based on that. It is also the most regulated. Most big cities and high vacation areas do have a lot of regulations based on that, based on Verbo and Airbnbs and all those, because a lot of people were turning long-term rentals into short-term rentals. So a lot of places have actually reduced the amount that they will allow. It's important when you're looking into this, if this is an option you want to explore, that you're looking to see if those are regulated and if there is availability to do that in the area that you want to. Another downside is, you hear all of the horror stories of people who have owned Airbnbs and Verbos, and, people have trashed them. So it's just something to keep an eye out for. But with that high income potential, it might be absolutely worth the risk. So look into it and see if that's something that might suit you. When I started thinking about getting into real estate, I was looking into house flipping. And one of the things that I got really excited was the quick profits. You watch all these different shows, and there are people who go in and, oh, there's so much risk, but they always seem to come out on top. And so that was something that I was really excited about, that quick profit. Other benefits to it, though, are also you're making a huge difference in the neighborhoods a lot of the time. You look at neighborhoods that are a little bit run down and stuff. That's a great place to find properties that maybe the whole area needs kind of a lift. And it would be something where you can go in and you can make a huge impact on a neighborhood just by flipping a house or two there. It's also very flexible. You get to choose what you're working on. It's really nice because you have all these different options. The downside, however, is it is high risk. The market could drop drastically, and that would impact uh, your profit, cash flow, all that kind of stuff. And it can have some large upfront costs. So not only are you thinking about the cost of the house, you're thinking about the cost of renovations, any issues that may came up that, you know, might not be able to see up front. And if you didn't get an inspection or anything, then it could be a huge deal. There's also a lot of pressure if you have permits that are taking a while to get, or if you have a situation where, you get down to replace the flooring and you have to replace a couple of floor joists or something. All these things are going to affect the amount of time that you're holding onto the house, which is also going to affect the market that you're looking at. You might purchase a home in January and you're like, I'll get it on the market at the hot season, right? And then you get there and unfortunately you have plumbing that needs fixed or something of that nature, and the plumber's booked out for 2 or 3 months. That could be an issue. And so there's a lot of pressure when it comes to house flipping, which some people just can't handle. And so, there are great benefits. There are also great down. Thank you so much for coming by today. I hope this was informative for you. If you have any other tips or tricks you want to share with people, definitely feel free to drop it below in the comments. If you have any questions at all, feel free to send me a message. I'm here for you. And if you have anything else that you want to know about, definitely feel free to send me a message or drop it in the comments, whatever is best for you. And let me know. I'll make sure I get everything people ask about in another video. Thank you. Bye.